Hello, beautiful brains. A very warm welcome to your English class with your learning buddy Rajita. So, here we start with the English textbook, Language Odyssey, Class 8 by Acknowledge Series, Amit Publishing House. So, children, ready for the new chapter? We start with chapter number 12, and the chapter is The Internet Changes Everything. इंटरनेट आजकल इंटरनेट का ज़माना है yes we all know we all use the internet so much and how this internet changes everything इस इंटरनेट ने कैसे सब कुछ चेंज कर दिया है it has brought a vast difference in our life a very big change in our lives in our lifestyles too so let's read the chapter and see about the internet, how it has changed our lives. About the story, what's there in the story? Change is the law of nature. As we all know, change होना बदलाव जो है वो एक प्रकृति का नियम है. Technology is no exception to it. Technologies में भी changes होते हैं. Since time, innumerable men has tried to make things done rather than waiting for them to be done. अब लोगों ने इसका इंतजार नहीं किया कि कोई आके बदलेगा चीजों को उन्होंने खुद ही सुधार खुद ही इम्प्रूवमेंट किया है चीजों Read the following extract by Bill Gates, the man who single-handedly changed the very concept of computation. Bill Gates के बारे में आज हम पढ़ेंगे जिन्होंने single-handedly computation के concept को कैसे change In this way, he is trying to give an inside view of internet banking. Internet banking का एक व्यू देने के लिए आज हम इस चैप्टर में ये सब चीजें ही पढ़ेंगे. Let's read the list. Not long ago, I gave a talk to the board of directors of a German financial institution. These very experienced business people. Bill Gates says that he had given a pep talk to the board of directors of German financial institutions, and they were very experienced business people. The youngest person there was probably 55, and many of them were in 60s, in their 60s. यहाँ जो लोग थे वो ज़्यादातर 60s में थे अपनी एज में एक यंग था वहाँ पे जो कि 55. They had seen a lot of changes in banking and they had lived through a lot of technology changes too. The bank had not yet, though, begun to use the new internet technologies. Bank ने अभी शुरू नहीं किया था new internet technologies. On the day of my visit, they had heard a series of talks from Microsoft employees about the company. अब जिस दिन उन्हें विजिट किया था उस दिन वहाँ के जो एम्प्लॉइज थे उन्होंने एक सीरीज ऑफ टॉक्स माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एम्प्लॉइज ने कुछ बताया था कुछ चीज़ों के बारे में वो सुना When I walked into the room, they were all sitting with their arms folded across their chest, looking unhappy. जब वो अंदर घुसे थे वहाँ गए तो उन्होंने देखा कि सब लोग अपने आर्म्स फोल्ड करके ऐसे बैठे हुए हैं और कोई खुश नहीं दिख रहा था Okay, I said, what's the problem? Then he went there and he asked, what's the problem? One of them replied, we think that banking is in the process of changing completely and we are getting technical talks from people here at Microsoft, more technical than we are used to. Now, लोगों ने बताया कि हमें लगता है कि बैंक टोटल चेंजिंग के प्रोसेस में है और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के लोग आके हमें यहाँ बहुत कुछ बता रहे हैं हम इतने टेक्निकल नहीं हैं वी आर नॉट यूज्ड टू ऑल दिस He took his glasses off and rubbed his eyes and said, This is probably good, although it's making us tired. After a pause, he continued, It's good that you are just going to make all of your products better. But what is the overall plan? To view you as long-term suppliers, we need you to give us a vision of the future. What are your organizing principles for development? Now, he asked these questions like आप लोग क्या आपके प्रोडक्ट को बेटर बनाने के लिए सब आपका ओवरऑल प्लान क्या है और लॉन्ग टर्म सप्लाईज जो आप करेंगे सप्लायर्स हैं आप लोग व्हाट इज द विजन फॉर द फ्यूचर द सीनियर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एग्जीक्यूटिव who ends a meeting with customers doesn't usually bring a prepared talk. वो कहते हैं कि एक सीनियर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एग्जीक्यूटिव जब अपनी मीटिंग एंड करता है कस्टमर्स के साथ वो यूजुअली एक प्रिपेयर्ड टॉक लेके नहीं कुछ तैयारी करके नहीं आता है इंस्टेड द पर्सन आंसर्स क्वेश्चंस एंड मेक्स अ समरी ऑफ व्हाट we'll do in response to any important issue that have come up. Instead वो क्या करते हैं वो कस्टमर्स को सुनते हैं उनके क्वेश्चंस जो होते हैं उनकी जो क्वेरीज होती हैं उनको समराइज करते हैं एक समरी बनाते हैं उसकी और उसमें क्या चेंजेस लाना है कैसे उनको ठीक करना है दैट वे सो एज आई स्टूड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द जर्मन बैंकर्स आई वाज थिंकिंग ओह गॉड we have spent 8 hours talking to this bank and we haven't answered the customer's central concerns. Now I've got to do it without notes. अब मैंने बोला कि हमने इतना टाइम स्पेंड किया इन जर्मन बैंकर्स के साथ बात करने में लेकिन हमने इनका जो मेन सेंट्रल कंसर्न है उसके बारे में कोई बात ही नहीं की अब मुझे बिना नोट्स के इनसे बात करनी बट by that time I had given my talk on digital nervous system a couple of dozen times and I'd been working on my book for almost a year. So I began to write down the major changes that I thought were going to happen with technology in the near future. क्योंकि बहुत बार वो डिजिटल नर्वस सिस्टम पे बोल चुके थे बता चुके थे लोगों को तो मेजर चेंजेस जो आने वाले थे टेक्नोलॉजी में नियर फ्यूचर में उनके बारे में बता आई वॉज राइटिंग डाउन 10 changes that I thought would have a significant effect on industries. I told the bankers. मैंने बैंकर्स को बताया कि मैं उन चेंजेस के बारे में लिख रहा था 10 चेंजेस के बारे में जो कि सिग्निफिकेंट इफेक्ट लाएगा इंडस्ट्री पे या बैंकिंग सिस्टम These were important changes in customer behavior. Yes, customer behavior change hoga. That were all related to digital technology and were all happening now. I'm going to ask you whether you believe each of them will happen. अब वो पूछते हैं कि क्या सब कुछ हो पाएगा? Don't worry now about how quickly. Just tell me whether you believe they are going to occur. If you don't believe they will, then you shouldn't change what you are doing with technology. अगर आप बिलीव नहीं करते हैं कि चेंज ये सब लाने से चेंजेस होंगे तो आपको बिल्कुल भी चेंज नहीं करना चाहिए जो आप टेक्नोलॉजी फॉलो कर रहे हैं उसी को फॉलो बट इफ यू बिलीव दे आर गोइंग टू हैपन एंड इट्स ओनली अ मैटर ऑफ टाइम देन यू शुड स्टार्ट टू प्रिपेयर फॉर दैट चेंज टुडे लेकिन अगर आप लोगों का बिलीव स्ट्रॉन्ग है और आप सोचते हैं कि ये चीज़ होगी ही ज़रूर होगी ये चीज़ तो इनमें चेंजेस लाने का फायदा है देन वी शुड थिंक अबाउट द चेंजेस डू यू बिलीव दैट इन फ्यूचर पीपल एट वर्क विल यूज कंप्यूटर्स एवरी डे फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ देयर जॉब्स अगली क्वेश्चन विल गेट से पूछा कि क्या आप लोग बिलीव करते हैं कि इन फ्यूचर लोग हर एक के पास एक एक कंप्यूटर होगा और वो सब जॉब्स में कंप्यूटर्स का यूज किया जाएगा आई आस्क्ड टुडे अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल यूज कंप्यूटर्स ओकेजनली बट मेनी इन स्पाइट ऑफ हैविंग अ कंप्यूटर नॉलेज यूज देयर पीसीज ओनली अ फ्यू टाइम्स अ मंथ ये पहले की बात बता रहे हैं जब टेक्नोलॉजी चेंजेस नहीं हुए थे तब की बात बता रहे हैं कि लोगों के पास कंप्यूटर्स थे लेकिन वो ओकेजनली यूज करते थे उसको They may even go a couple of days without using PCs. Still, do you believe that today's paperwork will be replaced by more efficient digital processes? They did. Now, these were the questions which he was asking to the bankers. Do you believe that one day most homes will have computers? Yeah. सभी घरों में कंप्यूटर्स होंगे. In the United States today, about half of all homes have PCs. The percentage is a bit higher in some countries, but much lower in most others. Do you believe? I asked. Again he asked, क्या आप भरोसा करते हैं, believe करते हैं, that one day computers will be as common in homes as telephones or TVs? कि क्या ये कंप्यूटर्स भी ऐसे ही कॉमनली यूज होंगे सभी घरों में जैसे कि टेलीफोन्स और टीवीज यूज होते हैं? They did. Do you believe that one day most business and most homes will have high-speed connections to the World Wide Web, WWW? I asked. They nodded in agreement. Again, सबने agree किया इस बात पे कि सबके घरों में high-speed connections to World Wide Web होगा. Do you believe email will become as common method of communication among people in business and homes as the telephone or paper mail is today? जैसा कि आज टेलीफोन और पेपर मेल एक मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन है लोगों के बीच में, ऐसे ही ईमेल भी कभी होगा. Today, not everybody uses email even if they have a computer. Will that situation change? They agreed that it would. Again he asked कि आजकल ईमेल ज़्यादा लोग नहीं, उस टाइम पे ईमेल ज़्यादा लोग नहीं इस्तेमाल करते थे, चाहे उनके पास कंप्यूटर होता भी था, लेकिन क्या ये चेंज होगा ये सिचुएशन? Again the people there agreed. Now if most people have computers and use them every day, I asked, do you believe that most information will start arriving in digital form? अब मैंने पूछा कि अगर सबके पास कंप्यूटर्स हैं और रोज वो कंप्यूटर्स यूज करेंगे तो क्या आप बिलीव करते हैं कि सारा इंफॉर्मेशन जो आएगा वो सब डिजिटल फॉर्म में आएगा? Do you think your bills will arrive electronically? Do you think you'll be booking your travel arrangements over the internet? क्या ये सब इंटरनेट के थ्रू होगा? सब इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली आपके बिल्स आएंगे घर पे? They agreed that these changes were coming. सबने अग्री किया इसके साथ कि यस ये चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. Do you think digital equipment will become common? I asked. Do you think that all phones, cameras, videos and TVs will soon be digital? These all were the questions which were being asked to the people there in the bank. Do you think that other new machines will appear in the home and be connected to the web? It was only a matter of time. They agreed. They all agreed to all the questions being asked. Do you see a time coming when notebook computers become computer notebooks? क्या notebook computers computer notebooks बन जाएंगे coming time में? Describe what I meant a computer notebook. I described what I meant a computer notebook is a machine that enables you to take notes as you do today on paper and lets you carry with you all the personal and professional data you need. This will probably be the last change to a ये बिल्कुल लास्ट में ये वाला चेंज होगा जब कंप्यूटर नोटबुक्स आ जाए. The great thing about a computer notebook, I said, अब कंप्यूटर नोटबुक के बारे में बता रहे हैं, is that however much you put into it, it doesn't get bigger or heavier. जैसे हम अपने नोटबुक में लिखते जाते हैं, एक नोटबुक फिल होती है, फिर दूसरा नोटबुक आता है, दूसरे नोटबुक में लिखते हैं वो फिल होती है. तो when we carry that, it becomes heavier and heavier and heavier. But in computer notebooks that will not happen. कितना भी डेटा आप लिख कीजिए तो heavy नहीं होगा. They laughed. There was a 30-second conversation in German before one of them said, "We thought you said something funny, and then we realized you said something important." वो कहता है कि हमने सोचा कि आपने कुछ फनी बोला, लेकिन हमें ये भी रियलाइज हुआ कि आपने जो बोला वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट चीज. Am I wasting your time? I asked. Do you believe these changes are ever going to happen? मैंने बोला क्या मैं आपका टाइम वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ? क्या आप सोचते हैं कभी ये चेंजेस होंगे? By now we were beginning to have a conversation. अब conversation start. अब तक तो केवल वही बोल रहे थे अकेले. अब The people there had started conversing. They had a short talk among themselves in German. The banker who had spoken before said, "We have been talking about the same things at home, and yes, we believe it's going to happen." बैंकर ने बोला कि यस, हम ये सब चीजें घर में भी डिस्कस कर रहे थे और यस वी बिलीव कि ये चीजें होंगी. When it does, it's going to completely change the nature of banking. और जब ये होगा तो नेचर जो बैंकिंग का सिस्टम है ये टोटली चेंज हो जाएगा. When do you think it is going to happen? I asked. They had another longer conversation in German. Then they said, "We didn't expect to make this decision here, but we have. We were going to tell you 20 years, but then we decided that within 10 years, these changes will either have arrived or be coming very soon. Banking will be completely different." Now, people were agreeing to it. Yes, पहले तो उन्होंने सोचा कि ये 20 years लग जाएंगे. Then they thought नहीं, 10 years में ही ये चीजें आनी शुरू हो जाएंगी. To prepare for that change, I told them, you need to make digital information flow everywhere in your organization. आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में उन्होंने कहा कि अगर ये चेंज लाना है तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में डिजिटल इंफॉर्मेशन चारों तरफ फैलना चाहिए. I talked briefly about the need to use the digital tools that they already had for their knowledge workers. I talked about digitally linking their knowledge systems with business information system to create a new infrastructure around the PC and internet technologies. क्या क्या changes करने हैं वो बताएं. If they did these things, I told them, they would be prepared for the 3 base business changes that will occur as the result of all the technological advances. There are 3 ये base business changes कर लेंगे तो they'll be ready for the coming changes too. Now, which are these 3 changes? Most of the contract between business and customers, business, and people and government will become digital and self-service. This was the first thing which had to be kept in mind, which will change. अगर ये 3 changes, base changes, customer service will become the primary way of adding value in every business. Customer service जो है वो एक primary way बन जाएगा किसी भी business. Human environment in service will shift from routine, low-value tasks to high-value personal service to the customer. And the third one is the speed of digital operations and the need for more personal attention to customers will encourage companies to adopt digital processes internally if they have not yet adopted them for efficiency reasons. Companies will use a digital nervous system to regularly adapt their internal business process to an environment that consistently changes because of customer needs and competition. So these 3 things have to be kept in mind. Ye base changes have to be done. Complex customer service and business problems would require powerful computers on both sides of the relationship, customer and employee, I say. अब दोनों तरफ कस्टमर और एम्प्लॉय दोनों के पास क्या होना चाहिए? पावरफुल कंप्यूटर सिस्टम होना चाहिए सो दैट दोनों का जो रिलेशनशिप है, द कस्टमर एंड एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप इज गुड. द न्यू रिलेशनशिप्स वुड बी हेल्प्ड बाय वेरियस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एड्स सच एज वॉइस, वीडियो एंड इंटरैक्टिव यूज ऑफ द सेम कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन. इन चीजों यही चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे. स्ट्रॉन्ग in this voice, video, interactive use of the same computer screen. Then this relationship between customer and employee will become strong. We had seen a world in which fairly simple personal companion computers became common alongside extremely powerful general purpose PCs that support knowledge, work at home or the office. Microsoft's vision. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का विजन क्या है वो बिल गेट्स I ended by saying is to provide software that links all these digital machines together and enables people to create digital solutions based on the web lifestyle. It's as simple as that. And the end here now Bill Gates tells about the Microsoft's vision. क्या vision है? Is to provide software link. ऐसा software link जो कि ये सभी digital machines को together enable कर देता है, enables people to create digital solution. जो digital problems आएंगे उसके digital solutions निकालने में enable कर देगा लोगों. The German bank board had a final question for me, which is the question in everyone's mind. एक final question जो कि सबके दिमाग में था वो आया. What should they do personally to get ready for this new digital world? कि उन्हें individuals को क्या करना चाहिए इस new digital world के लिए जो changes आएंगे इसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए personally? My answer was use the tools first. कोई भी change अगर लाना है, कुछ भी change करना है तो उस change के लिए जो भी tools हैं उसको खुद use कीजिए. Senior executives should use emails and other electronic tools to get familiar with the new way of doing things. जो senior executives हैं बैंक के उनको खुद से email use करना चाहिए, other electronic tools use करने चाहिए जिससे कि उन्हें पहले खुद तो पता चले, अपने आप पता चले चीजें कैसे workout होती हैं. They should see what their competitors' internet sites look like. They should become internet users, yes, buy some books and arrange some travel over the internet. ये चीजें करनी पड़ेंगी, खुद से करनी पड़ेंगी बैंकर्स को, अपने आप यूज करना पड़ेगा इंटरनेट को. I told them and see what it's like. If you are going to lead the digital age, you need to become familiar enough with the internet to be able to imagine what the web lifestyle will mean for your industry. आपकी इंडस्ट्री के लिए वेब लाइफस्टाइल जो है कितना मायने रखती है, कितनी important है, that you have to feel yourself. Even if the change is going to take years, even if बहुत लंबा टाइम लगेगा अभी चेंज आने में, लेकिन आपको अभी से इसको धीरे-धीरे यूज करना चाहिए. For years and years, enthusiasts have been saying that the internet will happen tomorrow. You're going to keep reading predictions that the big change will happen in next 12 months. जो enthusiasts लोग हैं, enthusiasm जिनमें भरा हुआ है, वो क्या कहते हैं कि ये जो change है ये कल ही होगा, tomorrow it will happen tomorrow. This is just garbage. This is just garbage. The social changes that have to occur takes years. जो लोग कहते हैं कि जस्ट अभी हो जाएगा, नेक्स्ट टुमारो कल हो जाएगा, 12 मंथ्स में हो जाएगा, दिस इज नॉट ट्रू बिकॉज द सोशल चेंजेस जो भी चेंजेस होते हैं वो थोड़ा टाइम लेते हैं होने में. एंड द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हैज टू बी एक्सटेंडेड, उसके लिए इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी एक्सटेंड करना है. बट व्हेन द सोशल एंड टेक्निकल चेंजेस रीच अ सर्टेन पॉइंट द चेंज विल बी क्विक एंड परमानेंट. द पॉइंट विल कम वेयर द वेब लाइफस्टाइल really will take off, and I believe that sometime in the next 5 years, as I said in the road ahead, we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10 years. हम जो 2 साल में चेंज होने वाला था उसको ओवर एस्टिमेट कर लेते हैं और जो नेक्स्ट 10 years में चेंज होने वाला होता है उसको अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं. डोंट लेट योरसेल्फ बी फूल्ड इनटू डूइंग नथिंग. Until and unless you yourself experience these changes and you use the tools yourself, you will never be able to come in the system of these changes. So don't fool yourself by not doing anything. Okay, and this is written by Bill Gates. So in a nutshell, what we have read in this chapter, the evolution of world by technology. Change is the law of nature. Yes, change is the law of nature. The effect of using internet. how things will be affected when the internet is used, internet की use के साथ कैसे चीजें बदलेंगी. So children, okay, there was one more thing here, no more. January 1, 1983, remember this date children, is considered the official birthday of the internet. जब इंटरनेट का जन्म हुआ, कब? 1st January 1983. Fine? Now, testing time here, what we have read in the chapter, take the correct options. I stood in front of the German people, bankers, shops or hospitals. Bill Gates was standing in front of the German bankers. A lot of people use computers, never, daily, sometimes, occasionally. A lot of people use computers occasionally. It was only a matter of time, money, none, or both. It was only a matter of time. This will probably be the last change to be done, happen, occur, or go. This is probably the last change to be done. Banking will be completely changed, same, different, or organized. Banking will be completely changed. So, now moving further. Fine, children. Now here are some key sentences from the passage. Write what happens next in 3-4 sentences. Now, to do this, you have to go through the chapter again. पूरा chapter आपको अच्छे से read करना होगा. जहाँ ये lines आएंगे, उसके next 3-4 lines जो भी आए हैं उसके बाद, that you have to write. The first one is, I'm just reading the sentences here. You just read, आप पूरा chapter read कीजिए, वहाँ से ये lines जहाँ आपको मिलेंगी, उसके बाद 2-3 lines में और क्या हुआ, that you have to write yourself, children. What are your organizing principles for development? बिल गेट्स से पूछा था ये, what are your organizing principles for development, और वहाँ पे क्या आंसर आया था, that you have to find out from the passage and write. But then we decided that within 10 years, these changes will either have arrived or be coming very soon. जब उनको पूछा गया था कि कब तक होंगी ये changes, तो they thought of 20 years, फिर उन्होंने कहा नहीं 10 years में. So there's a passage there, read it and find out. I told them they would be prepared for the 3 basic business changes that will occur as the result of all technological developments. So children, आपको याद होगा, अगर आपने ध्यान से पढ़ा होगा, ये 7 चैप्टर रीड किया है, तो the 3 points were there, 3 basic business changes जो लिखे थे, that you have to write. What should they do personally to get ready for this new digital world? Bill Gates told them कि इस new digital world को अपनाने के लिए क्या चीजें, कैसे ready, personally क्या चीजें करनी होंगी, personally what they have to do. They have to send emails, the bankers themselves have to send the emails, they have to use the internet, they have to use the different tools. So that all things you have to write. Write T for true and F for false statements. Now, the German bankers, true false करेंगे. The German bankers were experienced business people. Yes, it is true. They were experienced business people. The people at Microsoft had done a poor job of getting the message across to their clients. No, this is false. The bankers believed that more efficient digital processes would not replace today's paperwork. This is false. They believed. Bill Gates suggests that we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years. Yes, we overestimate the change. True. And we underestimate the change which will happen in next 10 years. So, moving ahead. Now, children, complete the following. Some sentences are here which are incomplete. We have to complete them. The senior Microsoft, who were there? The executives. The senior Microsoft executives in the United States What was the line? In the United States today, about half of all homes have PCs. A computer notebook. What is it? It's a machine that enables you to take notes. Most of the contact between business and customers. Now, Microsoft's vision is to provide, what is the Microsoft's vision? Is to provide software that links all the digital machines together and enables people to create digital solutions based on the web lifestyle. And the last one is, we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years. Okay, children, now answer the following questions. Children, I'm going to tell you the summary of these questions. Okay, I'll tell you some answers too, but for making a proper answer, for writing a proper answer, just go through the lesson again, read the lesson very thoroughly. Why do you think Bill Gates attended the meeting with German board of directors? Bill Gates attended the meeting with German board of directors because the changes which were about to come through the technological changes through the internet was about to come, and it was to be introduced in the banking system also. So he had a meeting with the German board of directors discussing about the problems which were to be faced and how the solution is to be found. What mood did Bill Gates find the bankers in? The bankers were in a mood to change, but they had many problems. They were in a mood of facing that. They said that they had many problems which were to be faced while these technological changes will happen. And what problem did Bill Gates have when he heard what problem the bankers had? What solution did he come up with? When the bankers had put up their problems in front of Bill Gates, Bill Gates he said that now he had to speak without the notes, because the central problem which was with the bankers had a main problem, a common problem, which was not discussed in that meeting. So Bill Gates had to give that solution to the bankers, and the solution he gave was that the bankers themselves have to try out with the tools, and they have to use the tools like email. They have to do the email themselves, and they have to connect to the internet, and they have to use it themselves. Then only they will come to know what are the problems they are facing, and then only the solutions could be found out. Now, do you think the German team of bankers had come prepared to accept the changes? Why? Yes, the German team of bankers had come prepared, because the questions which were asked by Bill Gates, they had given the acceptance to all the changes which were being told by Bill Gates, and they were agreeing to everything. But how to come out of the problems which were there, which they had to face, that they were not clear about, which Bill Gates made them clear. Discuss some main points of the presentation that Bill Gates gave to the German team. Children, Bill Gates told them about the usage, how to use the tools, and he told him about the computer notebook, how the machine will enable to take notes, and the carrying of those heavy notes will be saved. And he told the vision of Microsoft and the contact between the business and the customers. Fine? Now, do you really think that technology will reach every home in the immediate future? Why or why not? The changes which occur, children, they take time to be accepted by people. So many people, they have accepted the change very positively, but there are still many people, those who have not accepted this change, those who are not in the system of this change. And Any change doesn't happens immediately. It takes time. The changes take time, and when the changes occur, that is fruitful for each and every person. So, children, this was all which I had told about. I have told you about the answers to these questions, but write the questions more to make more crispy answers, to write more crispy answers, you have to find out the answers from your lesson. Read the lesson and write down good answers there. Okay, children? So, this was all about the change and the usage of the internet. So, stay excited for the clamp of another video. I'll be back soon. Till then, bye and have a nice time.